Is it saying it's live here? Hey, great morning, everybody. I hope that you guys have all woke up grateful for your day. And I hope that you guys have reminded yourself of all the things that you have to be grateful for. And I hope you're setting a high vibe. And I hope that when you're seeing limits, you're getting creative. And I hope that when you're seeing obstacles, you're learning about yourself so that you can evolve and grow. All right. And when you see setbacks, hey, you're assessing and you're redirecting your energies. I want to remind you guys of something very important this morning. And that is, you got to keep things simple. All the time. We complicate things for our own selves. We really do. All right? And I want to remind you guys also too this morning that it's nothing that's happening outside of you that's stressing you. It's your thoughts and your feelings that you're having about what's going on that is stressing you. Okay? Now, because we are so unique and because we govern our thoughts and our beings from belief systems that we have about ourselves, I want you guys to understand also too that our reactions to things have been programmed there too. Okay. Now, for a long time, I thought I had to react to certain things a certain way. Why? Because we model our parents, we model our aunts and uncles, we model the people that are around us growing up. This is what we do. We watch how people interact, we watch people's reactions to things, and then that's how we react. Many of us were told many things growing up, like you're just like this, or you're just like that, or this way, that way, whatever. And we've become adults believing this stuff. Okay? I want you guys to keep things simple. Don't stress yourselves for anything. Look at what's happening around you calmly. Literally, yesterday, I think it was yesterday or even the day before, I mentioned also, I was like, hey, the only person that is in control of your experience is you. So, I get it, things happen. But your reaction to things, no matter what it is, good or bad, or, when you're self-reflecting, or what you believe about yourself, that's unique to you. Okay? You have those answers, but wherever you put your energy, well, because of our creative power and because we are constantly creating results, well, that's what you're manifesting. So, what do I mean by that? If you're sitting there telling yourself that life is rough, well, you're going to find things in your life to say that about. And if you're sitting there going, oh, my bills, well, guess what? That's all you're going to see. And if you're sitting there going, oh, I'm depressed, well, guess what? You're going to feel that. And you're going to find nothing in your life to be happy about. Wherever you put your focus is where you are putting your energy. So this is why I encourage you all to keep it simple. Less is more. Okay? Because when your energies are scattered, you can't handle anything properly, and you can't be wholeheartedly or 100% into anything that you're doing. What do I mean by that? All right, let's say you're going to work, but your mind is elsewhere. How are you doing your job 100%? You can't. So you're making it harder on yourself to go to work. This is what I mean. I want you guys to keep things simple. Okay? What do I mean by that is, look, hey, I've had to tattoo that on my arm right here. Right there. Can you see that? Anyway, it says, keep it simple. Less is more. And then there's no limits. Okay? Why did I put that there? I needed a reminder there many years ago. Simple. So I put it there to remind me. Okay? Yes, things happen. And yes, there's a lot of things that we have to deal with. We have stress in our lives. We have grief. We have loss. We have bills. We have our jobs. We have our family stress. We have people that are hurting. We have what we're watching on TV. We have all these kind of stuff. But it's not all of that stuff that is stressing you out. It's your thoughts that you're having about that stuff. Yeah. And the reactions to these things that have been programmed into your mindset also have become automatic programs. Okay. In other words, we're programmed to react to certain things a certain way. What do I mean by that? Okay, somebody says something to you that rubs you the wrong way. Instantly, we've been programmed to react by being insulted. Why? Because that's what we've been made to believe the reaction should be to those things. That's what I mean. So, I'm going to speak about it again, too, on a different level. And I don't want to rub anybody wrong when I do this, and I don't want to feel heartless. But I'm going to give you guys a perfect example. Grief is real. All right? And a lot of us have lost our parents or lost people that mean something to us in the you know, in the current past, let's say, in the short-term past. Now, suffering and loss of somebody, like, okay, we've been made to believe that there is grief attached to that. Well, on a spiritual note, that soul is not grieving. That soul who has left this experience has gone back to unconditional love. Simple. Okay? So, I'm going to speak about my experience. I lost my father. And I was completely devastated. Even as spiritual as I am, and knowing that he's going to be in spirit with me, the loss of him, the devastation of it, was very real. What did I have to do for my closure? Well, I had to race to Sherbrooke and embrace my father's cold body. Yeah. Okay. Before he got cremated. For my closure. I don't like to go to funerals. I never do. And it's very rare that you'll see me at a funeral. Why? Because I don't believe in mourning for a person who has gone to reborn into drop this physical. Like, honestly, death is not a bad thing. Where it's a bad thing is that humans have been programmed and conditioned to believe that it is a loss. But they've had their life experience. It doesn't matter how long it was. It doesn't matter what they acquired. The energy of their being. Hey, you know what? I'll put it this way. Yes, I lost my father on this earthly plane. But what I gained in spiritual guidance, my father guides me more from the other side than he ever did on this planet. Okay? And how do I know it's him? Because I feel it's him. And everybody has an energy to their being. And I feel my father's energies. I do. And the certain things that he would say to me when I'm about to do something that maybe I would have, like, certain things happen where I used to call my father for advice because, you know what, he wasn't a great father, but he was a great friend. Simple. So when those times arise where now I can't call him like that physically, but I feel like, oh, this is something that Dad could help me with. Oh, he lets me know how to get through it. Seriously. And then I see all kinds of earthly signs for validation that it is him guiding me. So, but you got to be open to that. And you got to keep it to its simplest form, because if I'm sitting there going, oh, well, Dad, I could never talk to Dad again, well, then I'm disconnected from that. And if I sit there and go, oh, well, it'll never be the same because he's gone, well, then I'll be disconnected from that. And that's what I want you guys to understand. I want you guys to keep things simple on an energetic form. Even if it's grief that you're dealing with, understand that you are grieving in a way that is unique to your being because of how you have been made to react and believe you're supposed to react to these things. I'm not belittling what you feel, because my devastation of my father's death was huge. But I'm okay with it now. And I was, after my torment within myself about accepting his death. That's another thing. I had to accept my father's death for what, okay, he's gone. Physically. All right. But this idea of, oh, we'll never see them again. Hey, you want to see them? Close your eyes. Where are all those memories of the whole life experience? And this is a huge part of grieving nowadays, is the belief that they're not here anymore. And the belief that, oh, you know, we get stuck in our lack. That's selfishness. That's our own, you know. Hey, because if we really step back and have empathy for that life and for that soul contract, look, understand this. It doesn't matter how old they were when they passed. They knew how they were going to die before they even took life. And they knew when. And they knew what they had to do. And you know, we say, oh, they were taken too soon, or that. No, listen, everything is in divine timing. And I'll say it from this point. I'll keep it simple. When I've acquired all the learning that my soul needs for this experience, I'm done. Just like any one of us. But you can learn to get the most out of your experience while you're here by keeping things simple. Yes, I understand hearts hurt from the grief because of what you're telling yourself. Tell yourself that you're okay. And tell yourself that that loved one that you no longer physically have with you is still connected to you, because they are. Seriously. And they're okay. I can guarantee you that. Because we're sourced by an infinite, unconditional love that loves us no matter what. And every soul that comes to take life, there is a guardian angel assigned to that soul for the duration of their life. We are never alone during our experience. no matter who is physically with us or not. Seriously. And we have more energetic influences and guidance from people who have passed than we do on this earth. So I want you guys to keep it simple, especially in anything that you're telling yourself. We get caught up with the what ifs and, well, it should have been, or it could have been, and, oh, well, I feel this way, or how dare they, or da 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 da. Okay, you know what? Cut all that crap out. Cut it out. Tell yourself good things. And tell yourself, for, anybody that's grieving, that it's okay. Because that's one thing I can guarantee you that you're not telling yourself right now. I don't mourn the loss of people. I don't. Not for too long. Yes, I will shed a tear or two. Yes, okay. They're gone. They've had their rebirth. But I don't see death as death. I see it as rebirth. The same way we're born into this place, well, we're born out of it when we die. That's how I see it. I don't see death as a bad thing at all, because I know what's on the other side waiting for me. And I know where and what these energies are now a part of once they leave here. And I understand that they had a soul mission and a purpose and a unique journey. And when their experience is over, well, I'm grateful that I had them a part of my experience. That's how I close grief. Seriously. And I do keep them alive in memory. Like, I can talk about my dad all the time, and it doesn't upset me. He's only gone 3 years. But not just grief, okay? I want you guys to understand, keep it simple with anything in your life. Anything. Because we complicate it for ourselves. How do we do that? Well, we don't keep things simple. We sit there and tell ourselves that we're not okay. We sit there and tell ourselves that we can't get through it. We sit there and tell ourselves all this kind of shit that produces those results and produces and manifests these feelings within us. And then your body's got to work overtime to try to stabilize it while you're in your emotional roller coaster ride of it all. So on top of your body just trying to stabilize itself from all of these feelings you're feeling, well, then on top of it, you're loading on the concrete of your thoughts. That produces illness and disease within your body. So I want you guys to keep it simple. No matter what it is, keep it simple. Don't overthink things. Don't overcomplicate things. You can do that. Watch what you're telling yourself. Primarily. With no matter what situation you're living. Whether you're telling yourself you have anxiety, which is a normal human response to any threat. Understand that. Okay, so you're no different than anybody else. You just need to understand to control those reactions. And what is it that has become an automatic program within you to trigger that? That's what you need to look at. To figure out your anxiety. What is triggering that in you? Because something's triggering it. You know, when you get to a point where, okay, I'm having an anxiety attack and I don't know why. Well, what triggered that automatic program? And how many times have you had these attacks for it to become an automatic programming within you that gets triggered by whatever? That's what I had to figure out to get over anxiety. You're depressed? You're not feeling like you want to do anything? Oh, well, that's a lowered vibration. And that's real. But what are you telling yourself? So take depression down to its simplest form. Keep it simple. What's depression? Okay, you've been telling yourself shit for a long time. Keeping yourself in a low vibe. Doing nothing about it and not owning your well-being. How do I know this? Because I did it. And I ran on that excuse too. Oh, well, nah. Until I had to own my own well-being. I had to realize that nobody could make me well other than me. Doesn't matter what the story of my life was. Screw all that. That's what I had to tell myself. Yeah. These are things that I've had to go through. The anxiety, yes. Ativans for years. Okay? Those things make you lose your memory. What do? They make you forget why you were anxious in the first place. Oh, and what happens then? Well, it becomes an automatic system that gets triggered within you until you figure it out. But while you're doped up on anything for it, you can't fix it. So keep it simple. Less is more. Even in communication to yourself, sit in silence for a minute. Can you do that? Or does your ego take over and, I got this to do, I got that to do, I got this, because you can't sit there in silence. Keep things simple. If you want to sit there, you're feeling depressed about something, you're feeling low vibe, yeah, well, keep telling yourself that you're depressed and keep commanding that. And that's exactly what's going to happen. Today is a brand new day. You are a brand new person. You could have been depressed or anxious up until yesterday. Today being a new day, you can unleash yourself from that. Yes, you can. People say, oh, that's impossible. No, it's not. When you want something bad enough, you do everything in your power to achieve it. So I'm sorry to tell you, anybody who's sitting out there with a long-term anxiety problem and a long-term depressive problem, which I had to endure, why is it still going on? Because you are not owning your power. Simple. Correct what you're telling yourself. Keep things simple. If you wake up in the morning and keep telling yourself that this is the state that you want to embody, that's what you will. So keep things simple. And this is why I say get up in the morning and be grateful. Set a high vibe no matter what you're dealing with. No matter what. You will create whatever you put your focus on. Where you put your focus is where you put your energy. So, when you get up in the morning, factually, when you open your eyes for the first couple of minutes, you feel nothing. It is only after that the feeling comes on. Okay? So, you got to train your brain. And it's just like if we want something to be installed in our kids, we have to do it repetitively. And we want somebody to learn something, we have to do it over and over and over again until our brain accepts it. Okay? You got to tell yourself, I am grateful. Even if you don't feel it. You got to tell yourself you're okay. You got to tell yourself that you can get through anything. Bring it on. You got to tell yourself that, hey, today I'm going to keep it simple. Why? Because you matter in your experience the most. There is nothing outside of you that is more powerful than the power of your soul. That's as simple as that. Yes, we have things that happen to us. Yes, there's all kinds of things that we must live. But how long do you stay in that? Allow yourself to feel it, yes. But how long are you going to accept feeling that for yourself? You got to take a look at that. That matters. And this is why anything can happen in my life. I'm okay with it. No matter what. No matter what. Bring it on. Bring it on. I'm going to deal with it. But how long am I going to stay stuck in that? That's the question. Hey, I allow things to happen, but I get over them just as quick as they've happened. That bounce back period is very short. How do I do it? I keep things simple. I don't sit there and replay scenarios in my head and tell myself all kinds of crap. And no, I don't. Not at all. Not at all. I keep things simple. I see things for what they are. I don't sit there and tell myself, oh, I wish it was like this. Or I wish I had this. Or, oh, it should have been like this. Or it could have been like this. Or all these delusional states and merry-go-round in my own mind. No, thank you. I got off that ride a long time ago. See things for what they are. Keep things simple in your life. Listen to what your own being is telling you. On every level. And keep it simple. Don't question it. You know, but you got to figure out what's harnessing you to not feeling okay. For anything in your life. And a lot of people are feeling it right now. But what I'm encouraging you all this morning is no matter what it is that you're dealing with in your life, however you're feeling about it is your own doing. This is what I want you to get. Okay? So if you choose to be depressed about something because that's what the reaction you believe that you need to have to your life, well, rewrite that. And if you're going to sit there and tell yourself that you have something wrong with you, well, then you are commanding it to be like that. There's nothing wrong with you. On any level, you are learning about yourself. And this is why when something's happening within us, we got to figure it out for ourselves. You can't delegate that to somebody else to figure out. They're not living your life experience. They're not running on your belief systems. They're not running on your programming. And they're definitely not running on your talents and your gifts or your capacities either as a human. So why would you put your wellness into the hands of anybody else? And why would you not keep it simple in your life? Because I'll tell you honestly, we complicate our things on our own. We don't need anybody else to do that for us. And, we sit there and shame and blame people for the way they make us feel. That's a load of crap, too. And we get caught in that. Play the poor me victim party. No. Whatever happens in my life, I'm accountable to and for. I can't blame somebody for making me feel a certain way. Oh, no, because I've allowed that feeling. That's not on them. That's on me. This is why I want you to understand. Keep it simple. Okay? And listen to what people are telling you and showing you. Because then it says a lot about how you're dealing with yourself. What do I mean by that? Well, look, you can't say that somebody's treating you a certain way because we train people and we allow people to treat us according to how we treat ourselves. So, in other words, if you feel inflicted by how somebody's dealing with you, take a look at how you're dealing with yourself, because you're setting the stage. Honestly. See, that's the difference. And again, I'll use myself as an example. The way I walk and the way I carry myself and the way I speak and the way I push love out of me all the time, even somebody who wants to attempt to disrespect me finds it very difficult to do so, because I don't govern my being in a way that I disrespect myself. So they understand that I will not tolerate that. So the way I am in my being sets the stage for others and how they have to deal with me. And I'm accountable to myself for that. So yes, I'm accountable also to what I allow as interactions in my life. And that is on me. I want you guys to understand this stuff. It is all within you. Okay? Your reactions to things, your accountability to yourself, whether you can keep it simple or not, whether you can get over these things that have been a part of your being or not. There's all kinds of things that you need to take a look at. Why do I say this? This is all a part of what I've had to go through to become who I am today. And like I say, I'm no better than anybody. Shit happens in my life and comes at me all the time. But how do I respond to that? And what is happening outside of me, how does it affect me? It doesn't. The only thing that affects me from any of that stuff is how I feel about it and how I think about it. And how long am I going to allow myself to feel anything off of anything happening around me? That's what I stay true to. Less is more. Even a time frame of whatever it is I'm feeling. Yes, I can get upset by something. But once I have vocalized it and put it out there, I'm done with it. I don't go back to that. Less is more. Seriously. And I encourage you guys all to keep it simple in your life. Seriously. Why? Hey, because you matter the most in your experience. So I encourage you all to get it right today. Okay? And no matter what it is that you're going through, no matter what, keep it simple for yourself. Don't complicate your situations, your circumstances, your interactions, or what's happening internally within you by what you're telling yourself. Seriously. All right? I want you guys to get the most out of your day, get the most out of your experience. All right? But bounce back. Put a timer on those feelings. Don't delegate your wellness to anybody. All right? Keep it simple. Less is more. Find the good in everything. Find the learning. And that's what I mean. Seek the learning. Because all of these things that you're dealing with is to learn about you. Okay? So, I love you all. Get the most out of your day. Set a high vibe. Remember, when you see a limit, get creative. When you see an obstacle, hey, learn, evolve, grow. When you see a setback, redirect. That's what it's for. All right? And keep it simple. Don't overcomplicate things in your life. No matter what it is that you're having to live, take a look at the responses that you're having to it and understand you are the one that's creating that within yourself. Be okay within yourself no matter what. All the time. All right? I love you. Get the most out of your day. Get the most out of everything. All right? Create win-win situations for yourself. Have a great day. Peace.